Thank you for watching me. In this video, I'm going to talk about obtaining and maintaining your CISA certification. Because it is not just about obtaining the certification, but to keep it each year, you will have to ensure proficiency and growth, helping you stay relevant and competitive in the profession. Let's get started. The Certified Information Systems Auditor CISA certification attests your proficiency in activities related to information security audit. Activities like assessing vulnerabilities, reporting on compliance, and designing and implementing security controls for the entity you work for when you are responsible for ensuring that the organization's IT and business systems are monitored, managed, and protected. So, a CISA certification showcases your audit experience, skills, and knowledge, and demonstrates you are capable of assessing vulnerabilities, reporting on compliance, and instituting security controls within an enterprise. It is issued by ISACA since 1978. ISACA is an independent non-profit global association that promotes the adoption and use of globally accepted industry-leading knowledge and practices for information systems. ISACA used to be known as the Information Systems Audit and Control Association, but now it goes by its acronym only. Currently, ISACA has 140,000 members in 180 countries. The CISA certification is globally accepted as a standard of achievement among security professionals to audit and control information systems. According to ISACA, so far, more than 129,000 professionals have earned a CISA certification all over the world, and there is a CISA retention each year of more than 90%. Among others, people who hold the credential are audit directors, managers, consultants, auditors, both IT and non-IT, or security directors. Also, according to ISACA, more than 2,800 CISAs are CEOs, CFOs, or equivalent executives. More than 3,300 are CIOs or Chief Compliance, Risk, or Privacy Officers. CISA is accredited internationally by the American National Standards Institute. But why do you want to get certified? Obtaining the certification will help your marketability inside the organization you work for if you're looking to improve your current position or if you're unemployed and actively looking for a job. Some studies indicate that CISA is among the highest paying IT certifications at the moment. Sometimes a CISA certification is a job requirement. Also, if you have the necessary experience to qualify as CISA, the knowledge to pass the test, and the resources to pay for the test and the certification, why didn't you? Most likely than not, obtaining it might facilitate your professional career. So how do you obtain the CISA certification? Here are the steps. Step 1. Pass the CISA exam. Step 2. Submit your verified evidence of experience. Step 3. Comply with the Code of Professional Ethics. Step 4. Pay annual fees and comply with the Continuing Professional Education Policy. Step 5. Comply with the IS Auditing Standards as adopted by ISACA. Step 1. Pass the CISA exam. The purpose of the exam is to evaluate a candidate's knowledge and experience in conducting IS audits and reviews. It has 150 multiple-choice questions, and you will have 4 hours to take it. The questions for the CISA exam are monitored and approved by the CISA Certification Working Group, which oversees the development of the exam and ensures the currency of its content. All the CISA questions go into a pool, and then when you take the test, the exam questions are selected from the pool. The questions evaluate practical knowledge in the 5 domains as indicated on the screen. The examination is offered worldwide as computer-based testing. It is offered in 11 languages over more than 800 specific testing locations. Go to the page on the screen to get more detail regarding the locations. At this time, there are 3 windows during the year when you can actually take the test, as you can see on the screen. you must register in advance. Notice that there are deadlines for each window. Also on the screen, you can see there are 2 windows left to take the test during 2017. Pause if you want to read with more detail. You can go to the page on the screen to obtain specifics like dates and language offerings available. Exam registrations are online only. Go to the page on the screen for that. Once you registered and paid, you will have to wait for a notification to schedule email before you can schedule your test, as you will be allowed to schedule your test only after you receive the email. It is very important for you to be aware of the registration deadlines. If you do not schedule an appointment during the appropriate testing window, you may forfeit the exam. You can defer your unscheduled or canceled exam to the following testing window, but you will have to pay a fee, currently of $200. You can only take the exam one time per testing window. If you are unsuccessful, you must register, pay, and schedule another exam appointment during an upcoming window. There are no limits to the number of times you can take the exam. One thing that I want to stress is that when answering a question, you should read it very carefully. Eliminate known incorrect answers and then make the best choice possible. It is important that you're aware that multiple answers can be correct, but only one is considered the best answer from the options. ISACA uses scores on a scale from 200 to 800. For example, the scale score of 800 represents a perfect score with all the questions answered correctly. A scale score of 200 is the lowest score possible and means that only a small number of questions were answered correctly. You must receive a score of 450 or higher to pass the exam. A score of 450 represents a minimum consistent standard of knowledge. You will get in the mail the official exam results approximately 5 weeks after the test date. Additionally, if you want to, you can receive an email with the results. I believe you indicate the fact when taking the test. If you receive a failing score on the exam, you can request a rescoring of your answer sheet. You have to submit your request in writing along with a fee of $75 to the certification department within 90 days following the release of the exam results. Very important. If you miss this deadline, your request will not be processed. Once you receive a passing score, then you can apply for certification, which takes us to the next step. Step 2. Submit verified evidence of experience. You will need to provide evidence of a minimum of 5 years of work experience in IS auditing, control, assurance, and security. The experience must have been gained within the 10-year period preceding the application date for certification. If you have no experience, you will have 5 years from the date of initially passing the exam to obtain the experience, and your completed application must be submitted within 5 years from the passing date of the CISA exam. All your experience must be verified with employers. But don't worry, you will receive more details once you pass the test. One thing, there can be substitutions and waivers of experience to a maximum of 3 years, as you can see on the screen. For example, 1 year can be substituted for 1 year of IS audit or information systems experience, or 2 years as a full-time university instructor in a related field, computer science, accounting, information systems auditing, can be substituted for 1 year of experience. Pause if you want to read in detail. Also, it is good to know that certification application decisions are not final. There is an appeal process for certification application denials. However, you will be responsible for any additional costs. You can contact certification at ISACA.org for inquiries of denials of certification. Step 3. Comply with the Code of Professional Ethics. It is set by ISACA with the purpose of guiding the conduct of members. Notice that it refers not only to professional conduct, but also personal conduct in general. Pause the screen if you want to read the details. Step 4. Pay annual fees and comply with the Continuing Professional Education Policy. Continuing Professional Education Activities, or CPEs, ensure that all CISAs maintain an up-to-date, adequate level of knowledge and proficiency in the field of information systems audit, control, and security. The CISA certification is granted in 3-year periods, and the policy requires CPE hours to be obtained over both the annual and the 3-year certification periods. You must obtain and report an annual minimum of 20 CPE hours. These CPEs must contribute to the advancement of the CISA's knowledge or ability to perform CISA-related tasks. And during the 3-year certification period, you must obtain and report a minimum of 120 CPE hours. Make sure to keep all your CPE certificates handy, since eventually you will be selected for audit, and in that case, you will have to submit your certificates for CPE activities. The annual reporting period begins on January 1st of each year. The 3-year certification period varies, but you will receive a letter with more details as the end of a reporting period approaches. It is vital that you're aware that failure to submit your fees and comply with the CPE policy will have your credential revoked, and you will be required to take and pass the CISA exam and submit a completed application for CISA certification again. So make sure you stay on top of things to preserve your certification. Go to the link on the screen for more details regarding the CPE policy. Step 5. Comply with the IS Auditing Standards as adopted by ISACA. You must agree to comply with the standards adopted by ISACA. The standards apply to individuals providing assurance over IS systems, applications, and infrastructure, and provide information required to meet compliance needs. They may also provide benefits to a wider audience, including users of IS audit reports. You can see on the screen the current list of standards for IS audit and assurance. They all became effective as of November 1st, 2013. Just go to the link on the screen if you want to download them. So that's it for this video. During this video, I talked about how to obtain and maintain your CISA certification. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching me, and I hope you watch me again.